Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have part 2 of the transformation when my client let my followers on Instagram pick her hair color. Today the final color and the picture that won will be exposed, as well as the final result. It took us 2 sessions to get there, and I'd say we hit almost the nail on the head, so definitely continue watching. So today I am going to be going in with 2 different developers. I'm going to be using 20 volume and 30 volume Oxycur with a 1/16 ounce of Olaplex. Sectioning when baby lighting or foiling is so crucial, you guys. You always want to make sure you have clean sections and they're very thorough. It helps me work more efficiently. It's easier, it's quicker, as opposed to just starting randomly and just, going and doing it as you go along. I find when I have a clear vision of what I want, it ends up helping me in the long run.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to.
Depending on what you're doing when foiling, it might be beneficial to use different bowls of lightener and developer depending on what you're doing. So today, for example, I am going to be teasing every single dropout for the goal picture we're trying to achieve, and it is very crucial for me to do that. Usually what I'll do is I'll wait till each section is complete, and then I'll tease and weave or whatever the dropouts so that it processes and has some time on there. Just in case I needed to wash the back out, those back sections are teased and weaved already, so they'll be done and I can rinse out thoroughly. I used to foil the whole head and then tease the dropouts, but no longer will I do that. I actually don't even like teasing the dropouts anymore. The only time I really will do it is if the client is above a level 7. Anything under that, I feel like it definitely doesn't lighten as well as the foils that are baby lights because they're closer to the head and they receive more heat. That's exactly why I bump up 10 volume from what I'm using for my baby lights, because they're not going to receive the heat from the head and they're not on as long. So this is a trick to do. Always bump up your developer for the dropouts. So as I said a second ago, I always wait until every section is complete. But today it's a little bit different because I really need this hair to lighten as much as possible. So I am actually going to be teasing every single dropout without weaving it and doing very, very small sections so I can get as much lift as possible, and I'll be doing them as I go. Once I get about halfway done with this back section, I will then start teasing everything out. Also, I do love foil placements. I like playing around with them. I do have a set few that I go to, but every head is different and you're going to have to use a different foil placement for different heads. I know everybody says, oh, this is my go-to placement, use it, but it's always different because nobody's head is the same and you always got to tweak it to make it better for the client you're currently working with. Today I am going up in the back and I'm doing a brick lay pattern. Usually you guys see me do 2 sections in the back, both on slight diagonals, and work my way up to an upside down triangle in the top crown area. But that's one of my go-tos. Lately I've been playing with foil placements. Let me know down below in the comments if you want an actual video dedicated to my top 3 foil placements, and I'll do that for you guys. But today I am doing a brick lay. I love this one. I'll do 2 in the middle, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. And on the left and right, I will go on a slight diagonal, and it works really well with the round of the head and really covers everything well.
You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
So when doing blonde, I prefer, if you guys are an OG Brett Ryan supporter and you've been following me for quite some time, you know I am all about the foil work. There's many different reasons why, but me doing all this work, I think it took me about 5.5 hours for this session with her. And it was literally 315 foils by the time we got done. And a lot of people will say, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do all that work when you could have just went in and threw bleach all over her entire head? Well, the reason I do not believe in all over lightener application is because it's very damaging. If the client doesn't come in within 4 weeks to get their roots rebleached, when you put lightener on the scalp, they will get something called banding. That's when that first 1/2 inch from the heat of the scalp lightens up to like a beautiful level 10 white immediately. And then you'll end up getting a yellow cast on the ends. And then most of the time, you're going to feel like, oh my God, I need to overlap a little bit to try to get that band out and make the ends look lighter. Because I always stress this, the end should always be lighter than the root. But when you're doing all over lightener application, you want it to be even everywhere. So I also find that it also bands very ugly. And after a couple of weeks of washing the hair and whatnot, the client will start having banding. And that will also go back to when they don't come in within 4 weeks. And you start getting that ugly banding towards the ends because that hot root area. There's just so many different reasons. I find that baby lights, especially baby lights, the smaller the foil, the better the lift, the lower the developer. In general, just all over a lot healthier. You're only highlighting, even if you do a full tightly packed baby light, only half the hair every time you do it. So it's not like it's all the hair being bleached every single time. And there's no, bleeding where it overlaps and goes over that line. You guys know there is times when I will overlap if it's necessary. It's just all comes back down to what works for you as a stylist, what you're comfortable with. I see people who do bleach all over the scalp and it's beautiful work. I personally don't like the look of that solid white. But even if a client does want that look, I rather do it by doing this, where I go in and do a full tightly packed baby light and tease the dropouts. If somebody wants more dimension, then I will not tease the dropouts. I personally feel like I have way more control with foil work. So when it comes down to it, baby lights to me just have more pros and less cons.
I can't focus. I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
Another tip I wanted to throw out there for you guys today is if you notice, it's hard to see with the lighting and how I'm further away from the camera, but when I do my headband area around the hairline and I want to slice and do fine baby lights, I will always, 95% of the time, use a different color foil or different kind of foil. So I know to check that area first because they process quicker and they're more vulnerable. When doing baby lights, it's so important to take your time and do correct, really good work and put all your effort into it instead of rushing and trying to be quick and trying to be fast. The client will rather you take your time and sit longer to have quality work over rushed work that's not quality. tongue twister. Try saying that 25 times fast. When it comes to doing baby lights, the last thing you want to do is go in there and you're getting towards the end, like where I'm at right now, and I'm in the front, and it's the most important area. For me to go in and just rush and take thicker sections because I'm trying to rush through it, that would leave a huge headache because you'll see all the spots that were not fine enough. They'll stick out and they'll be yellow and brassy and they won't process evenly, and I'll be in a world of trouble. I'll end up having to take more time trying to tone that out. It will fade out ugly. It will have an issue. So the best thing to do is to go in and do quality work. Take your time. Even if you're slow at foiling, eventually you'll get faster. The more you do, the faster you'll get. The better the work you do, the quicker you'll build. So I let her process for 1 hour after I got done foiling. We wanted to get that lift in there, and I did decide to tap her slightly with Redken Shades EQ, ANA. I love doing level 8s for a root tap. It's enough to get rid of foil lines and have a nice diffusion and blend without looking like too much depth like a root shadow would. So when it came to toning, I mixed a handful of things. Sometimes you just gotta mix a bunch and hope for the best and pray to the hair gods. But I did use a mix of 9s and 10s because there was a little bit of brass in there because that's what you're gonna get. We did take her dark 2 sessions ago during the fall time, and then we did this 2 sessions in 21 days. I do not recommend this to anybody out there to do unless it's a stylist and the client gives permission. Christine's a good friend of mine. She came up with this idea. She has, me here to do plenty of treatments and Olaplex treatments and Fanola masks. She uses everything I have in the salon. She has a closet and cabinet full. She is a client who really listens and takes care of her hair. We do have some dry ends. Her hair is damaged a little bit after all the bleach from the last 2 sessions in 21 days. It didn't look that bad at all at the end. A little dry, not too much. We did take about 3 inches off. That was the plan since the get-go. But we are both very happy with these results. Just also, I wanted to throw in there, I did use 2 all-over toners. I went back in with 9T, 8V all over everything at the last few minutes because there were little trouble areas that were a little bit brassy in the mid area where we used to have that old root color.
Mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head.
OMG, you guys, look at these results. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blended blonde hair. And I want you to keep in the back of your mind that this is indoor inside my salon lighting, which always has a warm cast, and it doesn't do it justice. You're about to see it outside in a minute, but we are so obsessed with these results. We took her from brunette with a little money piece and some lighter ends after toning her down in the fall to gorgeous level 9-10 blonde, all within 21 days, within 2 sessions. And we are obsessed. Her hair throughout all the bleach and all the foils, 315 of them. If you add both sessions together, we ended up somewhere a little bit over 600 foils, and it was worth every single one. Now, do you guys want to see the final result of this hair next to the actual picture that you guys picked? Here goes. Absolutely 0 editing in this photo. I never believe in editing my pictures that I do and show on Instagram or to my possible clients because I want them to be realistic and achievable. The actual goal picture was a little bit warmer and a little bit lighter. We had to end up foregoing that and go a little ashier because there were brassier pieces throughout. If you look closely, you could still see some of them. But all in all, I think this was an amazing transformation. And let me know down below what you guys think. If you had fun doing this, let me know. We'll do more. Be sure to go subscribe to my Instagram page at BR Hair Artistry and follow me there. I do hair education daily when I work behind the scenes. All kinds of good stuff. My personal is I_am_Brett_Ryan. I also have a vlogging channel. That's linked down below as well. Go show some love there if you want to get to know me outside of the 4 salon walls. I love you guys so much, and until the next one, as always, so long for now.